Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Seahawks coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, it's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in the days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Block now to throw. His throw incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now they can't bring him down. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that 1st drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick six in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick sixes over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From midfield, here's Lock. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw it is Lock. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Again, it's Lock. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
Right now.
Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Locke going to throw. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Locke looks to throw it again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Locke. Touchdown, Seahawks! From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. They maintain the pace. We'll see as we go along.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From midfield now, here's Wilson, rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
That's it, baby.
So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half. All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, You've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
58, boys, 58, 58.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Going right back to Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, watch the slap, watch the slap. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. You better bring it. You better bring it.
On 2nd and 9, Locke toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. He finds his man, complete. It's back. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Get ready, get ready.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st down, Wilson. That one's complete to Tomlinson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. McManus's point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
51 the mic, boys, 51.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Locke now on 1st down. And, oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And still fighting. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go,
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
56, Mike 56, right there, 56. Who that? 56 is Mike. 56.
Here's Locke. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. 50 yards on the ground for him so far. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now McManus for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. On 1st down, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Here we go.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Not here.
Locke working out of the gun. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Here's Locke to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. For Drew Lock coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, Think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. And the Lombardi Trophy goes west. And it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.